Welcome to Interval Drinks.
With your tipsy thespian pals, Chris.
And your SLB.
Oh! Hiya. Are you all right? This is our first live event. And I'm absolutely twatted.
This is really bizarre, but I like
the format of the afternoon then is we're going to be discussing two contrasting musicals. We're going to do one in the first half, then there's going to be a bit of a quiz. And then we're going to be talking about another musical a bit later on, and then there's going to be a bit of bingo!
Bingo!
And we've got some amazing prizes, and the first thing we're going to be discussing is a musical very close to my heart. We're going to be talking about The Wizard of Oz!
Yeah! We're
off to see the wizard, the wonderful. And if you haven't tried our appropriately themed cocktails, they are available at the bar, and we've called this one Punchkin Land. Punchkin Land. Yes, so we're going to be discussing Wizard of Oz with you right now. Have you got something that you want to add to that, SLP?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I was rewatching this one ahead of this live, and it brought back so many memories, because it's just a really nostalgic film, isn't it?
Timeless.
It's gorgeous.
It's a timeless classic.
Timeless.
It's a timeless classic.
Timeless.
Can I tell you a funny story? So back in, I think, 2004, I went to a pub quiz, and one of my friends, who is probably my straightest friend ever, I was really terrible at this pub quiz, and one of the questions, the only one I knew the answer to actually, is when was the film version of The Wizard of Oz released? And I gave my answer knowing that it was right 100%. Yeah. And he was that furious with me, and he said, I'll tell you what, Chris, if that answer is right, you can suck my cock right here in the pub. And the answer came out, and of course the answer was 1939, and he still owes me that blowjob. 20 years later.
Oh,
what a way to start, eh? It's going downhill from here, ladies and gentlemen.
Did we put 18 plus on the
We did, I can see it right there. It's fine, it's fine.
Thank God.
We're going to play a little game, SLP, if that's all right with you. And this is called Wizard of Oz, Fact or No Fact.
Oh. Okay.
And I want you guys to help us out here. So I'm going to read out some facts. I want you to tell me whether these facts are legit or whether I've made them up. So you can do that by shouting fact or no fact. So we're going to have a practice. Now everybody say fact. Everybody say no fact. Oh, well done. Very good. So, first question. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
In the original L. Frank Baum novel, the ruby slippers were actually silver. Fact or no fact?
Fact.
You're saying fact?
We're saying fact.
It is fact, because the bosses of the MGM studio thought they wanted to impress people with Technicolor and make them red, make them ruby slippers. Are you ready for another one?
I'm ready for the second one.
Are you ready for another one? When the Tin Man cries on film, he's actually crying oil. Fact or no facts?
What? I'm a bit confused about this one. As in, he's meant to be, or they've poured oil on his face?
So they poured oil on his face for him to cry oil for the effect?
I hope it's no fact. Jesus. You think
fact or no fact?
This has really split the room.
Right.
Let's say fact. Go on.
No fact.
Oh!
It was chocolate milk. There we go.
Oh, in Psycho, they use chocolate sauce as the blood, though.
Chocolate sauce as the blood?
They do.
Wow.
Is that a way of it showing up on camera, maybe?
So, in the film version of The Wizard of Oz, the actor who sings that line, and it's the only line in the whole thing that she's involved in, "Wherefore art thou Romeo?" The actor got paid for that one line $10,000. Fact or no fact?
Surely not. Surely. That's in the Tin Man song, isn't it? When he's...
Yep.
Oh, heck. Oh, I don't know.
Fact or no fact, boys and girls?
Fact.
You're saying fact?
Let's go fact. No fact.
She was paid $1,000, which at the time I think is still pretty impressive,
cool.
yeah?
Of course, yeah.
Amazing. Right, the Cowardly Lion's costume was actually made up of real lion.
Fact.
Fact or no fact? Fact or no fact? The Cowardly Lion's costume was actually made up of real lion.
How many?
Fact or no fact?
I don't want that to be true.
What are you going with?
What are we saying? Fact.
Fact. It's true.
Oh.
It's fact.
How many? How many?
A whole pride.
A whole pride.
Wizard of Oz won 2.5 Oscars. Fact or no fact? Fact. 2.5 Oscars.
You can't win half an Oscar. Sure.
Fact or no fact?
I'm going to say no fact. For this.
You're saying no fact, everybody?
I'm saying no fact.
It was a fact. They won the Oscar for the best score and the best original song, which was Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yeah.
But Judy Garland was giving an honorary Oscar for best juvenile performance.
Oh.
Very interesting. Right, this is really good one. This is a good one. So after sourcing the wizard's jacket in a charity shop by the costume department, it was later discovered that this jacket actually belonged to L. Frank Baum. True or false? Fact or no fact?
Fact. Let's say fact.
Fact or no fact? You going fact?
Yeah, let's go fact.
That is a fact.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Right, you ready for the next one?
That's insane.
Toto the dog was the highest paid actor in the movie. Fact or no fact? Fact or no fact?
I'm going to say fact for this.
You're saying fact. It's fact. It's no fact, but he was paid $150 a week, and the Munchkins were paid only $50.
Oh my God! The dog was paid more than the Munchkins.
The dog was paid more than the Munchkins. That's
Jesus
true.
Christ!
Liza Minnelli, Judy Garland's daughter, actually married the son of the actor who played the Tin Man in the movie. Fact or no fact?
Well, that'd be really cute if it were.
Liza Minnelli, Judy Garland's daughter, married the son of the actor who played the Tin Man in the movie. Fact or no fact?
No fact? No fact? Fact? No fact.
She's saying no fact. It's fact.
Oh, I'm shit at this.
The 1939 film was actually the 10th adaptation of the book.
Really?
Well, I'm asking you,
Oh,
dear.
well, it's-
Fact
oh, yeah.
or no fact?
Oh yeah, I need to grasp the concept
Fact
of
or
the
no
game.
fact? What do you think, boys and girls? No fact.
No fact.
It is actually fact. There were 9 other silent movie versions made before talkies came along.
What? I don't think I got a single one of those right.
Neither of these dickheads. The next one is the film was first aired on TV in 1956. Fact or no fact?
No fact. I'm going to go with that.
It's fact.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And after this point, did it only become a massive hit? Because before then, it was a flop. Ladies and gentlemen, fact or no fact?
Oh God, I need to get better at questions. Quizzes, that would be great. Well, at least I don't have to do your quiz that you at least got. Thank you very much. But as you probably know already, there are some really quite dark stories surrounding Wizard of Oz and the filming in particular, and I've got some of the freakiest points written down. So, the actress who played the Wicked Witch of the West, or WWWWW as I've dubbed her here, Margaret Hamilton, she was shooting a scene where she had to disappear in a puff of smoke, right? But the special effects went wrong and they properly exploded and hospitalised her with 2nd degree and 3rd degree burns, right? Safe place to work, sounds it. And it was horrendous. And so she, when she went to hospital, she then sort of came out and said that I'll keep on doing it, and I've refused to do anything more with fire stuff, as you would. I think that's entirely fair. But while she was away, her her stunt double was doing, you know, the bit where she's flying on a broomstick and sort of writing in the sky. there was a sort of a few close-ups of that where you needed someone actually on a broomstick, not just a little stick figure doing that. And her stunt double was essentially on this like smoking pipe, and that exploded, and she like got massive burns on her legs, and it's just like, Jesus Christ!
Why are we laughing at that?
They need to learn what a risk assessment is, really.
So do you know what's gutting for me in the film? I know it was changed later in the Andrew Lloyd Webber version.
Oh, yes.
But the Wicked Witch doesn't get a song, and I think that's tragic.
Not?
No, not in the film. In the Andrew Lloyd Webber version, she does, because they cast Hannah Waddingham in the role as the Wicked Witch, and you can't do that without having her. At least sing a big number. I think it's the Red Shoe Blues or something like that, which I think Tim Rice actually wrote the additional lyrics for.
Yeah.
But yeah, amazing.
What are some differences between they add quite a bit in the Andrew Lloyd Webber, don't they?
They do, and I think the perfect choice, I think, for summer is to showcase Wizard of Oz at the Palladium.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely convinced that the casting works. For me, I think they've got Ashley Banjo from Diversity being the Tin Man, who has couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. But I think it's quite a magical thing, especially if you're experiencing the gift of theatre for the first time as a child, going to the Palladium and watching The Wizard of Oz. That's got to be something special, right?
I think so. Something I would be worried about a little bit, though, and this sort of happens whenever you have a show kind of revamped by someone, is that I wouldn't want him to Lloyd Webberify the show kind of thing. Does he manage to keep, like, the... what's the word I'm looking for? Like, the musical style quite...
So the original songs are still in it, and there's a few additional songs. Yeah. But in true Lloyd Webber style, it's the theatrical magic, and of course he's going to invest a lot of money into that. Yeah, so I think what you're going to see is something quite spectacular. Yeah. You're talking to me as if I've seen it. I haven't, and I've no intention to see it either. But I'd be fucking brilliant as the lion, though, wouldn't I?
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
You've been in this, though, Chris.
I have. Can I say I've been in The Wizard of Oz 3 times?
Do tell us.
And 3 times I played I played the Scarecrow all 3 times.
Oh, brilliant.
I also think about Wizard of Oz is the Scarecrow's brilliant and the Lion's brilliant, and the Tin Man is a bit of a lesser, isn't he? It's a bit like a glass of water. Neither here nor there. Perhaps Richard Foote could play him.
I don't know if he's in yet. Oh, brilliant. I think the Tin Man's really sick.
Is this going out live? Shit. Can I go back to the Wicked Witch of the West? Because there's one thing in The Wizard of Oz, apart from the fact that she doesn't get a song in the movie, there's one thing about The Wizard of Oz that really pisses me off, and it's people that try and do an impression of the Wicked Witch. Because everybody, when they say do an impression of the Wicked Witch, they always say, "Fly, my pretties, fly." Not once does the Wicked Witch of the West utter those lines. Oh. She never ever says, "Fly, my pretties, fly." She just says, "Fly, fly, fly." And I know this because I've watched this film 100,000 trillion times. And when they say, I'm saying, "What are you doing? Stop talking to me. I don't want to be friends with you anymore."
Not that you take it seriously or anything. No.
We can't take Wizard of Oz too seriously, can you?
No, well, that's true.
Oh, there are some lovely messages, though, in The Wizard of Oz.
There are. There's no place like home.
Click, absolutely. Click. And everybody has that, don't they? Either embroidered or stuck in their tacky stuff. If you've got one of those...
Place like home.
No place like home signs in your house. Either bring it down or just get in the bin.
Next to the...
But it's the message is amazing. No matter who you are, you can relate to at least one character in The Wizard of Oz, I think. And that's what I like about Wizard of Oz as a show so much. And there really is no place like home. And when choosing between love and hate, love always wins, right? Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, speaking of relating to the characters, I've got a little game for you, Chris.
Yes?
Shag, marry, avoid.
We're playing Shag, Marry, Avoid with Wizard of Oz characters. Can we leave the Munchkins and a 14-year-old Dorothy out of this?
Oh, shit, Well, first, I think the obvious one would be Scarecrow, Tin Man, Cowardly Lion.
Scarecrow, Tin Man, Cowardly Lion.
Now, they've all got their redeeming qualities for all these different aspects that we're looking for.
Shag, Marry, Avoid. Is this for real? Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Scarecrow, Tin Man, Lion.
Yeah.
For no reason whatsoever, I would shag the Scarecrow.
Ooh. Ooh.
Marry the lion and avoid the Tin Man.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you really don't
The
like
heartless
the Tin Man,
prick.
Oh, you beast. Right, well, I've got one more for you.
Yes.
Well, how about, let's do Dorothy Gale,
Yes.
the Wicked Witch of the Wicked Witch of the Wicked Witch of the West, and the Wizard of Oz.
Right, so I would marry the wizard.
I think that's the correct answer.
Yes.
Yeah?
I would. Right, my DBS is hanging on by a thread. Shag Dorothy, avoid the Wicked Witch.
Oh, God. But she's got an explosive pipe that could,
I've got one of those, but I only get it out at the after-show parties. So I've seen a couple of really good productions of this. I saw one at the Leeds Playhouse, which I really, really loved. I'm not a massive fan of the stage version per se, but I saw one at Sheffield, and if you've never seen the Sheffield Theatre's Christmas offering, it's absolutely amazing. So they played the opening sequence on the farm, really humdrum, and all the characters are sort of in grey costumes, and it's all a little bit flat. And then the farmhands actually came onto the stage, and the stage is on big ropes and pulleys, and as they pulled the stage literally flipped around as if it was going over the rainbow, and then you were in the colourful Munchkin land.
That's
and
insane.
It was an utter joy to watch.
That's amazing.
It was a bit of a sort of wow factor. And you're not going to come away from sort of Wizard of Oz thinking, wow, that's changed my life, but you are going to come away thinking, that was a fucking spectacle and well worth the ticket money, you know?
Gosh. That's something I would sort of always be thinking, like, how do you... It's such an iconic transition, isn't it, from the sort of sepia world to Technicolor.
Absolutely.
You have to do that well, don't you?
Does anybody fancy directing a production of Wizard of Oz? Because I don't want to be the Scarecrow anymore.
He wants to be the Tin Man! No.
Richard, how do you fancy playing the Tin Man since you've just walked in?
Now, Chris, have you ever seen Star Wars?
Have I ever seen Star Wars?
Yeah.
Is that a musical?
Good, because neither have I. But apparently, there are loads of fucking parallels between Wizard of Oz and Star Wars. So I've collected them for you, and apparently it's the same story.
Wow.
And so...
We had this with the Hamlet Lion King thing.
Well, I know, but that's like... I think I
won that argument, actually.
Well, fair enough.
Okay.
But if these are all true, then I think I may well watch Star Wars because of this. But, right, here are the facts. Dorothy is raised on a farm in Kansas and has a little dog called Toto, right? We all know that. Luke Skywalker was raised in a desert and has... Is it he who has R2-D2? Is that right? Yeah. She's raised by, like, I know.
That is tenuous. That is not... I'm not having that. Go on, let's do another one.
She's raised by Uncle Henry and Annie Ann, and he's raised by Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. I've never seen Star Wars. I don't know. Help me out here.
Does it have singing and dancing in it?
It will now.
Hey.
There's the Scarecrow, who obviously is after a brain.
Huh?
Tin Man, your favourite, who's after a heart, and Lion, who's after courage. Han Solo is after wisdom. Yeah? Chewbacca is furry. And C-3PO wants love, does he? Yeah.
You're talking to me as if I know what the hell you're talking about. I haven't got a fucking clue.
And the last one is flying monkeys and stormtroopers. That's as far as I got. Can you imagine?
We should have done a fact or no fact again today. Excellent. Do you know what I find really interesting? That the author of Wizard of Oz, the original novel, the original book, L. Frank Baum, and then I think it was Gregory Maguire who wrote the Wicked novel, decided to make her sort of his antagonist L. Frank.
Oh. No fucking way.
Do.
I've never thought of that before.
I know. It's crazy, right?
I forgot to mention this earlier, with your favourite, with the Tin Man. I think this is worth saying. So there was an original guy playing the Tin Man called Buddy Ebsen, right? And he shot the film, he was shooting for 10 days. and then he was hospitalised because they had the metal sort of face paint he had on was made with like aluminium paste, and it got ingested into his lungs, and he had to go into what's called like, I think it's literally called an iron lung, which is like a machine to help you breathe, kind of thing. And so he was hospitalised. So then we got what's his face, Jack Haley replacing. And don't worry, because they replaced the makeup with aluminium powder, not with the paste.
Absolutely.
Phew, safe place to work.
He went in for an iron lung and came out with an iron heart.